Hey everybody, it's me, James Kuo. Thanks for coming to watch my drawing stream. Today we're going to be drawing two characters from the world of Naruto. Um, they appear in the first storyline, or maybe the one and a half. It's like their first mission, and the main character learns some important lessons. We'll probably get into that during the meat of the stream, but this screen is just to say, hey, why don't we go over to the drawing board and see what's cracking? Okay, so these are the guys, but this is a drawing from 2019, which I still like pretty well. Like it feels good when you can connect with your work from the past and you look at something and be like, oh, that's not too bad. Like I even had this in my Big Cartel store for a minute, and then I was like, oh my god, I think I want to keep this one for myself. I can also show you this other drawing of Haku. This is by my good friend Mickey Zakili, who streams as Spider Babby. Mostly gaming streams, occasional anime stream, very occasional drawing stream. So I'm just going to give her a shout out. S.O. Spider Babby. Okay. Let's see. So I think my goal today is to try to do better than this, because I feel like when people give advice about like feeling competitive or like envious of the skills of others, it's like you're really competing against yourself. And so this blank sheet, I'm going to see if I can do better than I did 3 years ago. I don't really know. That's going to be the drama of this stream. Okay. Before we do that, I think there's a little more business to get to. I'm just doing some housekeeping at the top of the stream. We have coming up, this Saturday, Spider Babby will be showing a double feature of fan dubs, one that we made in 2020 during the first year of the pandemic. A bunch of friends re-recorded all the voices for 1980, what year was it? 87? 88? Landmark anime film by Otomo. The voices were by all by amateur actors, but very enthusiastic, wonderful, kind of magical time. And then this fall, that same group of people recorded a fan dub for Princess Mononoke from Studio Ghibli, and it was, you know what? It was even better. So I hope all of you watching now will go to Spider Babby's on Saturday, watch the double feature. You will not be disappointed. And I'm just going through all my housekeeping. Let me just do this other alert. So let me just typing in, get that off the screen. Oh, no, okay. Because there's also a release, if you look in the chat, there's a link to the Mononoke fan dub original soundtrack. For Akira, we kind of forgot to make new music and we just used the original music. But for Mononoke, we did record new songs, and there's like 40 tracks. They're some of the most beautiful music you'll ever hear. All of the proceeds for the digital sales go to indigenous causes, which makes sense if you've seen the movie, and kind of makes sense in general. Okay, so let's see. I did those two things, and now let me take care of something. Just throwing my items everywhere. Gal's on the scene. Nice to see you, Galuigi. So, if you're a follower of the stream, let me just put this away for now. You may have tuned in for this Porco Rosso drawing from last week to celebrate Miyazaki's birthday. But there's something critical missing from this drawing, and I didn't notice during the rush of the stream. Can anyone in chat tell what's missing? Galuigi, are you saying that there's butt missing from this drawing? Because it's not a drawing of a Kodama. Okay. What's missing is Porco's mustache. he has like a signature kind of mustache that you could curl like that. So, and it sort of doesn't quite look like him without it. So we're just going to bring this camera in. I'm just going to take care of that right now. Doesn't take too hard. No, doesn't take too long to draw. I'll pretend that it's like 2011-ish internet culture and mustaches are really funny and we're just putting mustaches on everything. And we'll do that right now. Okay. So I think it starts, it kind of comes out from the bottom of his snout. I won't spend too long on this. I'm going to have that side like break the border of his face. I don't want it to like interfere with either the mouth line or the sunglasses line. I'm kind of putting this like right in the middle there. Do I like that? I might not. The whole stream is going to be me just repositioning this mustache. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, let's ink that in. I did catch it myself. It's the sort of thing where yeah, oh, did you see this Band-Aid? I was hoping people wouldn't notice, but there was like a sharp corner on like a door handle, and so when I went in, it just like took off a little piece of me, like an hour ago, at a not very convenient time, just before I have to show my hands on stream. It doesn't really hurt. It'll close back up by tomorrow, hopefully. Oh, and speaking of tomorrow, we'll get to in a second after I do this. Okay, I have my faithful pen. So let's just put in this mustache. I remember as a child reading a book of like Chinese folk tales, and there was like a painter who would like never finish his paintings because he was like so good that the paintings would become real. So when he would like paint a bird or like a crane or something, he would leave out the eyes. Then I think at some point in the story, I don't remember what causes this, but he paints in the eyes, and then the bird like comes alive and just like leaps off the page. So it's possible, if I were good enough, and I put in this final piece, Porco would come alive and establish an avuncular relationship with me, where I would be drawn to his heart of gold beneath his gruff exterior. Oh, Fran Pooch, thank you for following. Let me give you the thumbs up. So, fill this in black. Yeah, there we go. Fantastic. There's Porco. So let's zoom back out. Thank you, Gal, for the claps. Okay. So today we're drawing these guys, but I do want to announce, I do want to tease tomorrow's stream because I'm very excited to have a very special guest, and that is Sophia Foster Dimino. She's going to join us on the stream. We're going to draw Ranma characters, and if you're not familiar with her work, let me just show you how wonderful it is. Where's my window capture? Right there. So this is her portfolio page. Let me just type that into the chat so everyone can go hopefully bookmark that. Where's my little keyboard? Okay, so that link should work. She's amazing. She's also the person who assembled the fan dubs for us, kind of the executive producer or mastermind. She also does the voice of Kei in Akira and did a magnificent job and has wonderful chemistry with Mickey's Achilles Kaneda. Okay, so I feel like I've taken care of all the housekeeping. We should get drawing. We're already 13 minutes into the stream. Okay, let me put this away. Let me put this away. I'll bring this back out at the end to compare. We'll see. Where is my new paper? Okay, so we have our 9x12 Bristol that we always use. And let me just start the pencil moving. Let's see. I usually try not to work out too much about the drawing beforehand, because a lot of the enjoyment of this stream is like seeing the composition come together. So right now, I'm just kind of trying to find where these two guys might go. Together, they kind of make like a good contrast in like shapes and personalities. Like Zabuza is very like large, very broad, very violent seeming. He has bandages on his face. Let's see. What is their relationship? That's kind of like a big part of the story. So Zabuza, he's one of the, I think, 7 swordsmen, and is like very feared in the ninja world. And I think he recruits this kid named Haku because of Haku's ninja skills, and really considers Haku to be just useful as another tool. But as the story goes on, it kind of becomes revealed that they really care for each other. So I think it's like a very touching story. Right now I'm just drawing one person behind the other. Don't know if this is what we're going to end up with. In fact, I think I'm going to change it up already. It's like the first mission that Team 7 goes on. Like they're trying to build a bridge in the land of the waves, but these guys have been hired to like halt the construction. And it's sort of like, I think like the main character, Naruto, learns some valuable lessons, because I think in ninja school, they were teaching them that you shouldn't have emotions. Excuse me, that you shouldn't have emotions on the battlefield. And so like the Zabuza Haku relationship is kind of an extreme version of that. Like other people are just useful to you or not useful, but you don't feel anything about it. But I think Naruto, being the fiery personality that he is, loves his comrades, and he's going to find his own ninja way. And so like the interaction of these characters kind of reinforces his different approach or willingness to kind of buck what he's been taught and establish like his own practice. So I think it's a lot of people's favorite part of the story, which is tough if you're the writer and it's the very first part. Okay, so I think I had come up with wanting to do these characters just because on the East Coast we've been in a cold snap, and I think tomorrow it might be single digits or maybe just barely into the teens, and definitely single digits overnight, especially with the wind chill. And that plays into this thematically because Haku can do like ice jutsus. Like his main thing is he'll make these ice mirrors. I don't know, maybe I should put in the mirrors, but that would mean drawing a bunch of him. It's sort of like he'll like cast the spell and then you'll get surrounded like this, and then he's sort of hiding in each one, and he can like jump from spot to spot, and then you'll never know which one of him is real. So I kind of like having these in the background, so I'm going to leave that for now. Let's see. Let's leave these mirrors here. And then maybe, this is tough because it'll make a good picture of Haku, but where does Zabuza fit in? Because I wanted to have both of them. I think it's a problem that I'm trying to make it too symmetrical, like the same on both sides. Like I have this kind of mirrored here, but I think I'm going to take another approach. This is also like the funnest part of the stream for me, because I get to use my brain the most, and just trying to set this up in a way to make it more dramatic. Oh, wait, Gal has a suggestion. Haku looking at his reflection in the mirror, and it's Zabuza. That's really interesting. Let me think about it. I need my brush. Okay. So, I keep putting Haku in the foreground just because he's smaller, and then putting Zabuza in the back just to like show the difference in their scale. But I wonder if I should do it the other way. Like, okay, let's see. Maybe, let me just kind of like divide this here. So Zabuza can take up like this space. Maybe this is sort of like looking up at him. So we're seeing like the underneath, that's like the underneath of his chin. Face bandages. And then let's see, I think his kind of belt would be about there. Like his rib cage is like that. His pelvis is like here. And I feel like I can't just keep redrawing this rough version over and over for 3 hours, that eventually I'm going to have to pick one of these. Oh, 777 Valise is now following. Very glad that you're here, Merrily. Wow. Yeah, I think Merrily is like an old Providence friend. I think I met the same night that I met Mickey on like a drawing lock-in with Mike Taylor. Merrily and Eli had like dropped in, and they're both like incredible performers. I don't know what to say about it. I'm getting shy. So let me see. Oh, and it looks like Spider Baby's in the chat. Oh, I haven't been looking at the chat enough. What? I totally missed that there's a raid. I've just been like so busy trying to move this pencil around. What is happening? I think I'm not hearing my... There we go. I have to turn up the volume on my speakers here, so now I can even hear these. Okay, thank you for the follow. I saw Sparkle has resubbed. Thank you so much. Little Slimy Worm, thank you for the follow. And Harvey Birdmain, did I just say that? Okay, I think I'm caught up. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to put that down. So I just want to show you guys, I drew this one like 3 years ago. We're trying to improve on it. So far, it's been a little rough because I keep erasing anything that I draw. Astro Goblin, thank you for the follow. And now that Spider Baby's here, I just want to show you this treasure of mine, which is framed. Here's a little drawing of Haku. So anyway, how was your stream, Spider Baby? Were you playing more Dark Souls? Okay, put that away.
Let's go.
Wonderful. Thank you for the let's go. That's from the Akira fan dub, that soundbite. Go watch that this Saturday at Spider Baby stream. Okay. So, I don't know. I feel like this kind of like looking up at Zabuza, it doesn't really fit what I understand.
Who goes there?
Oh, I'm just so cracked up by those sound alerts, and I'm going to bring this back. Who Goes There was from Princess Mononoke fan dub. Watch that this Saturday, please. Okay. I feel like Zabuza's body language, he's a little bit saturnine. Oh, thank you, P Hospital. I think when we were drawing Porco Rosso, where'd it go? Anyway, we were trying to figure out which side of Blazer buttons on. I had totally drawn it the wrong way, and Yoski Droski helped us out. And I think I got one out just to be sure about it. And I think it kind of helped me draw, so maybe if I kind of dress up a little more for the stream, I'll do some better drawing. We'll see. Okay. So I kind of think the fight they have happens on a bridge, so maybe I'll put that in at the bottom. Oh, thanks for joining the chat, Valise. So I think he's going to be more like crouching over, and then his legs here, and then his toes are here. I think he's going to be sort of beckoning over Team 7 to come do battle. So this hand is sort of like doing like one of these. Oh, Matthew Nadat, welcome to the chat. Let's see, so his other leg is here, and then this would go back kind of off the panel. And then, okay, let's have Haku like kind of standing right behind him, so they're sort of like back to back, like in a tight formation. So here's Zabuza's kind of like wild eyes. And then Haku could be like here. I'm kind of liking this composition. And then he attacks with these, what are they? They're like acupuncture needles. Like he jumps out of these mirrors and he like shoots these needles at you. Okay. All right, so he's here. And this is his back. Let's get kind of like a little, like a little curve in Haku's posture. Maybe we could see the underside of the sandal here. Okay. I think Zabuza is kind of a rebellious spirit, so he, like, normally you would have your village headband in the front, but he kind of turns his to the side. It's like kind of like turning your baseball hat sideways. So let me just draw that in. Like, I think like the knot where you usually would tie it is like on the side of his head here. Oh, Paul says Mickey is an acupuncturist. That's wonderful. Acupuncture? Okay, so, and then he has bandages on his face, and they sort of cascade down this way. And I think his outfit, it's sort of like a black bodysuit, but then kind of cut out at the shoulders. Like here's Zabuza, bare arms, and then this is all black, I think. Maybe this is just the drawing for the stream. Okay. So that's going to work well if I have this sort of black area behind this bare arm, because then that could help this stand out some more. Okay. It feels good when the composition starts coming together. Here we go. Not in love with this hand, but that's like a little too, I don't know. I was about to say it's a little too demonic, but he's sort of like known for being a demon, isn't he, Zabuza? All of you Naruto heads out there? Let's see. So now, it's this very wide posture. Let's make this ribbon kind of blowing in the wind. I guess I need to figure out, am I doing mask or no mask? Let's draw a mask first and just explore that idea. So make sure I'm doing that on camera. The needle weapons are called senbon. Thank you, Jared. Oh, yeah, well, just try to, Paul is saying that they're inebriated in the chat. Try to maintain, because you're doing great so far. So he has, I think his headband is here. And then he has, I think, long hair locks that come down like here and here. Oh. I see Gal Luigi kind of pretending to redeem Hydrate for someone else, but I'm going to do it myself. Okay. And one fun thing about drawing Haku is he wears one of my favorite clothing items to draw, which is gonna go back to the back here. Like here's Haku. Those are his eyes. Let's see, he has his hair inside a thing. He has like a sweet smile, kind of a soft nose. But what I'm trying to get to, there he is, eyebrows. So there's Haku, but one thing that I love drawing more than anything else is he has like a ribbed turtleneck sweater. And I just love doing these lines that kind of show the ribbing. And then he has his robe. Then I think the sweater kind of comes out here. But I just love drawing stuff like this. I think Cloud Strife also wears something like that, so that could be like a potential like future stream. Like here's Cloud. And then ribbed turtleneck sweater, my favorite. I don't own one, but I should. It would help me like shoot reference photos. I could just like put that on and turn different ways and really be sure I'm drawing them the right way. Oh, Mr. Spooky Tuba, nice to see you. Thanks for the follow. Okay, here's Cloud. He's usually pretty happy. Okay. So let's see. So for Haku, I'm trying to make sure that this figure works. So like his rib cage is here, his like pelvis is here. This leg, which leg is in front? I feel like his closer leg is going back. No, wait. I'm just trying to imagine if I were like turning like that. Galuigi is asking, am I going to color this one? And the answer is yes. So usually the first hour is penciling. And then when we hit the 1 hour mark, you'll see this. And then inking takes about an hour. And if you're still here in the 9 to 10 time frame, you'll see color. So stick around. Oh, Mr. Spooky Tuba has good advice. I think I haven't worn a fake turtleneck since 7th grade or something. Okay. Let's see. I think we're doing okay. And now, since I figured out where Haku is, I could kind of use him. Well, I could use this location, using Haku as a tender subject. But I could put his mirrors in, kind of using this as the center of where they would be, and then just sort of like extrapolating these ellipses out. So like the bottom of the mirrors would be there, top of the mirrors would be like here, I think. And then I could just like divide this up. And then they get bigger and bigger sort of like behind here. And I could put like more Hakus in these reflections. Gal, are we... See, Galuigi really likes to play with redemptions, although I don't know if 20,000 channel points were spent on that. All right, Ms. Galuigi, I have my eyes on you. Okay, here we go. So what is Zabuza's other arm doing? Where is it? I think I had drawn it. Oh, like he has a giant sword, right? Sort of the same style as Cloud does. But is he holding it like up over his shoulder? Oh, yeah, Spider Babby, am I masochistic for putting in the erase all redemption? In all honesty, I look forward to someone redeeming that because I am up to the challenge. Like if I draw it once, I could draw it again, and it'll probably come out even better. So I welcome the day when someone redeems erase all. Okay. You know what? I'm wondering. I'm just thinking about this posture. I feel like if he's reaching forward with this arm, I feel like I should move this leg more forward. Because right now it's kind of going out that way, but just for like being able to stand, there's so much graphite on here. I really need to clarify what's happening. Oh, Spider Babby, you're gonna do it? All right, deal. Yeah. Oh, you only have 530, but so the best time to do it, Spider Babby, is when you see this come up and I've completed the pencil and I'm getting ready to put ink down. Then is like the crucial moment to erase everything. So I need to show that this leg goes back. It's a little tough because he's wearing a black body stocking, but I'm thinking since I will probably color this, I'm not going to ink this totally black. So I'll be able to show some of these like wrinkles and whatnot. Let's redraw this arm. See guys, like I erased so much without even any redemptions. Like I might not even feel it when someone says erase all. Who knows? Okay. So let's just draw like a really cool hand. Like maybe there's like the back, and let's put his elbow here. Does he? I just have to check what happens with his costume. Should his muscles be huger? I do have him kind of slim here. I feel like he has a very like V-shaped torso, so I should, if anything, I should beef up these shoulders. And then like his waist can get like smaller. I think in this old drawing, I had drawn his outfit when they first meet him. and where he's like topless. But I think in the second meeting at the bridge, he has a costume change. Okay, let's see. That shoulder's pretty extreme. All right. So let's see. His torso's here. His hips are here. This works. This works. I just got to check my reference. I just pulled these volumes. Oh, there he is. Out of my library up here, if you can see that behind me. Okay, so it looks like he wears like arm warmers. So they go up sort of before the elbow and then kind of end at the first knuckle, right? And then it looks like it has like insulated quilting on here. So that's good. What else? He has these like kind of side things on his hips. I'm not sure what those are for, but I'm going to put them in. And then what happens with his feet? It looks like his outfit stops just below the knee. Man, Kishimoto, you gotta draw what happens with his feet, so I can draw it. No, that's Kakashi. Wait, there he is. Man, what a... You know, I feel like I shouldn't upstage myself on my own stream like this, because this drawing is effing rad. Okay. Alright, so... Looks like he has insulated socks with open toes, and then like a band to hold the sandal over his big toe. Okay. Ugh. Wonderful, Sparkle. Oh, Paul's heading out? Bye, Paul. Good night. Okay. I feel like I drew this foot like way too big. That would be like a size like 14 shoe. Just shrink this down a little bit. And let's see. I feel like I like this hand pretty well. It's more like one of these, because before I had like that, but I think that's kind of cool, right? I'm kind of using my face cam as like a reference to just memorize what that looked like. Okay. Because I have all this space under here. So the other option is that he's holding his sword, like his other arm is straight down, and then he's holding his sword like this. But then we lose Haku's feet, so I don't like that as much. A lot of this is just like putting all the puzzle pieces together. And I think that piece goes back up here. Does it? His shoulder's here. Up. Okay, it's more like that. I just had to like figure out where this shoulder was and then bring this down, back up. So let me get out a ruler. And by ruler, I mean triangle. So the handle of the sword would go back like that. I can kind of put these curves on here to show how it moves. And then I think I have to turn it sort of that way. Otherwise, I feel like the sword looks like this and has like a big flat part here and then like a long handle. That's what this is the shape that I'm trying to like twist around and like put, wait, like that. I'm just seeing if I have any object. I don't really have like a broomstick or anything. Oh, Spider Baby says I should draw them kissing. I don't know. I feel like this is before they have come to a good resolution. So here's Haku. I think I'm going to do mask off, maybe. It's kind of a weird face. And his other hand will also have these. What did people decide those were called? Senbon? Needles? Let's see. I'm definitely going to have to deactivate some of these channel rewards for tomorrow, just because it's fine with me to erase everything, and I've already gone on about that, but I don't want to inflict that on my surprise guest tomorrow, which I feel like I should re-announce since it's been a little while, but tomorrow we'll have Sophia Foster-Dimino joining us. It's going to be wonderful. She's an amazing artist. We're going to draw some Ranma characters. I'm probably going to say this again before the stream is over, but be here tomorrow, same time, 7 to 10. It's going to be wild. Okay. Oh, the other thing is go listen to the soundtrack. You can see MC Gal right here at the top. Wonderful rap. Very skilled MC. Okay, put this away. So which of these graphite ovals signifies a hand? So let's see, there's the butt of his palm, and there's his thumb. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers over the top there. Let me think. So the sword goes back, touches the shoulder here. So I feel like the sword is like that. I feel like there's so much empty space down here at the bottom of the page. I'm just gonna put in some like icy winds and like mist. Oh, yeah. In the Mickey Michael Discord, which I don't think I have the power to link to, there was a wonderful thread of everyone going to visit Sophia at the wedding cake house during her residency to wave from afar, because she was in kind of like in a pod with the other people in the residency and couldn't like hang out with everybody. But a second floor to ground floor waving was a delightful way to interact. But tomorrow, Sophia and I could wave at all of you together. Okay, let's see. I need to figure out this Haku face. I think I just have the whole thing too low. And let's see, Haku has like a robe with sleeves that go down to the elbow, and I think has the same sort of like insulated, like quilted sleeves. Do they cover Haku's hands? Where's my volume? Wait, okay, so it looks like they go up behind the knuckles, so we'll do that. Oh, yeah. I was getting a lot of like like bot spam links for followers and whatnot. So I just had to like tighten up the security. Do I want to become famous? I don't think that's really what this Twitch stream is for. Let's see. Do I want to host a fun hangout for my Discord friends? Yes. Okay. That's kind of a... Don't exactly love that face. It's a little too something. I have a smaller eraser that I'm looking for, but I'll just use the one that I have. Oh, there, it's going to be in here. Just open up my pencil case. This is what I need. Okay. What does... Okay, so the... Oh, okay, so you don't see a mask. The, like, Land of Waves insignia is, like, right on... It's not on a headband, it's, like, right in the mask, so I gotta do that. Oh, Quobot, thank you for the assist. So let's put the hair up here. And let's see. Let's have Haku's robes kind of dramatically blowing around. Just want to make sure to get this costume right. What happens in the leg area? Okay, so, oh my god. Such a great manga. Okay, so robe and then insulated. Oh man, the turtleneck goes all the way down to the legs. This is an outfit that I need to get. Especially this week on the East Coast. Okay. And then kind of like pretty standard sandals. But the robe is only like mid-thigh. Okay. I'm not loving this pose. I think this is... I keep trying to fix this Haku that was kind of off from the start, so it's better to just do this from the ground up. Just having a little stretch. Okay. So let's... Okay, I think this is a little better. Or are there... Maybe their poses are too similar. But let's see, Haku's... Waist is here. I'm just... It's almost the same, but he's kind of like rotated this way instead of facing his back to us. Oh, Galuigi, it was wonderful when Mickey and I had Naruto book club. Like, she would come by and pick up like a stack of 3-in-1 manga volumes like every week and then tear through them. And we would kind of compare notes on what had happened. It was like a really fun thing, but that was like a few years ago. Okay, I feel like I like this a lot better. There's like more kind of like flow to this figure. The other one was just getting kind of tangled on itself. And then there's 2 stripes here, and then fringe on his like scarf. It was great because Spider Babby would kind of like live text me as she was reading. So I'd get a text that would be like, oh my god, I can't believe that so-and-so died. And then I would just like look at my watch. And then 20 minutes later, it'd be like, oh my god, they're back. And I really enjoyed that. Okay, so let's see. Gotta make Haku's face like a little chubbier, because he is like just a little guy. It's kind of making this chin and face like too sharp and lean. I just have to get those like kid proportions in. Yeah, I feel like things are in good enough position where I've like switched from my like rough pencil, which is 2 millimeters, down to this like 0.5 millimeter pencil. How long does it take to read the full manga? Well, how many chapters are there? Like 72 or 72 volumes, I think. I don't know, a couple months, maybe. Also, I need to make these hands a little smaller and more like delicate. Like the oversized hands could be to show Zabuza's uh, style more, but let's see. There's the row of knuckles. Actually, the sleeve should come up all the way there, I think. I do have the whole series sparkle. It's like right up here. I was just having a weird time in 2018. There was a lot going on. I mean, there's a lot going on now, but I didn't know at that time. And so I was just sort of like stress reading it, and then I would just like go pick up more volumes because it was nice to get really into something that you know, doesn't really matter that much, but is like exciting to read. And before I knew it, I was at volume 72. Okay, so there's the needles. I heard. Oh, that's for sure. Thanks for joining. Okay. I think the other hand could be holding the mask, but maybe down here. Jared Ong's asking what my favorite jutsu is. Let me think about that. I mean, I guess it's not really a jutsu, but or is it? It's a taijutsu. It's a physical art. It's Rock Lee's Konoha Hurricane, which is just like a fancy kick that he does as sort of a finishing move. All right, so the mask is there. I mean, as you can see, all of my alerts are very Rock Lee themed. Like I just want to play all these. Some of you may have seen some of these. So just know that these are just pretend. These are not real alerts, okay? I'm gonna play them. So there's like my Rock Lee follow. If any of you wanted to sub, you might see this, right? That's what that looks like. He's just all over the stream. And I think that was just yeah, thank you, John. I think I just wanted to follow the spirit of the character and just like try to like improve my technique every day. So that's what that's about. I think he was the first character I drew on stream a while ago. Oh, P Hospital. Thank you for demonstrating the alert, and thank you for the sub. You won't be disappointed. This is a great stream. Guys, it's really hard to talk for 3 hours. Sometimes I just say things. Okay. Here we go. So there's Haku's little feet. Oh, Gal is suggesting that maybe I eat. I wonder who else might suggest to me that I would also eat, because if Gal and Hayao Miyazaki are suggesting that I eat, I really can't argue with that intervention. Oh, Thurston Falco, thank you for the sub. I think I'm gonna try to do some of those. So I just have a circle orange with me. Trying to peel this quickly. All right, here we go, here we go. It would be great if I could just get this peel all in one continuous curl, but I'm just kind of in a hurry because I want to get back to drawing. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, turn that off. Hmm. 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 What did I eat? Oh, excuse me. It's just these orange slices, like a clementine. I don't know if there's like regional versions of what people call that. Okay. So how are we doing on time? We're coming up on the 1 hour mark, which means I got to get inking pretty soon. I think I could do it. Like a lot of this is pretty vague, but I know what I mean here. Plus, I feel like if pencils are too tight and the ink is, you're not drawing as much, but just kind of trying to go over the same lines, it's not as lively. So I like to leave a little bit of ambiguity to struggle with. Man, I just don't know about this Zabuza leg. Before I commit that to ink, I'm just going to make sure that that's where I want it to be. Oh, Jared, you attempted a real life supplet. I think I've talked to people in my life off stream about this, but it meant so much to me to get the Babby nomination for soothing vocal stylings. Because for years, I did not like my own voice at all. And like I was very self conscious about like calling places or hearing my voice on a recording or anything. But I feel like kind of once I committed to doing the like Akira fan dub, like really throwing myself into recording those Yamagata lines, I kind of had to learn to come to terms with my own voice. But it's really nice to hear you guys say that you find this voice soothing. Because I tell myself everything I hear about myself, right? Like I remember, like back in college, a friend of mine, her Volvo sedan was in the garage, but she was nervous about calling mechanics, um, and she was like, "Is there a guy here who could call the garage for me?" And then she looked at me and said, "Not you, James," as a comment on my voice, and I think I developed a neurosis because of that. So it took a lot of years, but I think it's finally been undone. And now on the stream, I can't stop talking. That was pretty rude. At the time, I mean, I was friends with them, so I just kind of like laughed about it. But uh, those things can kind of stay with you for a long time. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this shorter leg is much more structurally sound. Like way over here, that didn't make any sense. I'm just trying to like hold it a little back for me and like get a better look at it. Here, let's see. Because like when I'm at the drawing camera, I'm like basically right on top of it, and it's kind of hard to see the whole composition. But I think that works well enough. Let's go back to the desk. Okay. If anyone has 20,000 channel points, now's the time, because we're just about to ink. But I don't see it happening. Okay. Step one is always just like get these borders in. And I'm already kind of thinking, or kind of wondering what my ink approach is going to be like, because I know I do want to add color later, so I probably won't go too heavy. I might not fill in too many black areas, not do too much cross-hatching, because I can achieve a lot of that information with color. So I think I'm going to leave it pretty open and ink things pretty lightly. Okay, let's see. But also, I think to emphasize their characters, I'm going to try to use different mark making on Zabuza, make things kind of rougher edged over an angular over here. Try to do, to my best ability, smooth, elegant lines over on Haku. We'll see. Okay. All right, let's go. Thank you, Sparkle. We are going. So let's see. Where's my pen? I'm going to use this guy. I have this little inkwell off screen. Okay. Just trying to like clear my working area. Let's see. And I'm going to just brush this off because like those little eraser crumbles can get into the pen and then it makes different shaped lines. And it's just a headache. Okay, here we go. Am I putting off the day that pen goes to paper? Not any longer. Here we are. So let me see. Usually I would like to start with things that are like closer to the viewer. Which number nib do I use? I use number G. Wow, Quobot just like really serendipitous today. Someone has a tool question and before I even see it, Quobot is there. Oh, speaking of bots, I've really been enjoying the Detroit Become Human playthrough that Galuigi is currently doing. So I'm just going to put a little shout out in the chat. I hope you'll all go follow that channel. If you tune in at the right time, you might get to see an anime dance or a In the Heights rap. Okay. I feel like, I maybe went in on this arm a little too early. Let me just get warmed up. Like I can do easy stuff like his headband ribbon could be flowing any direction. And actually, if the lines are a little chaotic, that's good. It'll like show the like rippling wind effect, I hope. So let me just get this in here. and then he ties it in a big knot. Wrap this shape around. Let's see, I think when I ink, I always like to just zoom in a little more. Because I really enjoy seeing like a close-up of the pen pulling over the paper. Because like years ago, my relationship to drawing was unhealthy, and it was just like so scary to do a drawing. But I got to see the manga documentary series by Naoki Urasawa, the artist of 20th Century Boys and Pluto and many other titles. And he interviews manga artists, and I would see just like close-ups of the pen pulling over paper, and it like stirred something deep within me. And I was like, I could do that anytime. And so I'm just going to show you guys this. Please draw more. If you're at home and you have your own pencil and paper or tablet or phone, you could be drawing Zabuza and Haku right now, or your own Naruto Sana. And if you feel like posting those in the Discord, I always enjoy to look at those. Let me just put up a little Discord link here. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to draw some more of these bandages because those lines can be like a little chaotic. It takes me a minute to like kind of get my feeling with the pen. So I'm doing some stuff that like has some looseness to it built in. Like these are just like bandages wrapped around. Yeah. I think Urasawa Manben was like a big reason that I'm doing this stream. Okay. Right now, this is just the insulated, I don't know if gauntlets is the right word, sort of like combination gloves and arm warmers. Let me think. His arm comes forward. The elbow is like here. Something like that. We can work on that some more. And then these kind of quilting lines. I'm just going to bring that all the way up. Okay. I feel like I see where I drew these eyes, but that'd be like if his eyes were like over on the side of his head. I got to move these closer together. Like I don't always follow exactly what the pencil lines were. So I'm just going to improvise where these eyes go, and hopefully it won't come back to bite me. Like the nose is like here. Put like a little shadow under there. And so the nose would come up here, and then I think his eyebrows are sort of like that. Yeah, that worked out all right. Or okay enough for now. Let's see. I feel like while I'm in this area, I could just put the rest of this hand in. Not sure about that hand. Sometimes I do need to like rework things, but I own correction fluid, so I can just draw freely and know that I can take it back. Okay. Okay. Let's see, there's the side of his chest. There's top of the shoulder goes here. Let's just follow this line back. Other shoulder is there. That looks a little funny. It's okay. Okay. I don't know, these are those kind of odd... I don't know if they're decorations or if they have like a function, but they're definitely like part of his costume that go around his waist. Let's see, the thigh gets a little wider and then narrows back in around the knee. Bring that back. Okay. That line should definitely be a lot heavier. I was running out of ink as I did that, so that's like a fresh ink line. That's like his private area. And bring this line back down. Okay. Oh, you know what? This needs to go back at a steeper angle, so I'm just gonna like put a little X on that line to know that that's the wrong one. When I make a mistake, usually I'll just like go right in and do the correct line, like right next to it. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So drawing feet. Ooh, this is I don't know. Might be getting myself into trouble. Because I feel like I kind of messed up on this big toe. Like that should come out here. And then there's kind of like the, what do you call that? Like the ball of the foot? Like, and then, yeah, this is all messed up. Okay, so no good. I'll just white that out and then draw that better in the future. But to make up for it, I will, let's just get Haku's feet in here. So here's that like insulated jumpsuit. As soon as this is dry, I can go back and fix it. So let me speed up that process. Just have a little tissue and I'm gonna like dab all the extra ink off of here. Okay. So let's just erase that, because when you erase over correction fluid, it makes a big mess. Okay. Oh, is that shake working for people? Okay. Well, I'm sure that I'll slip up again before the stream is over, so there's a chance we'll hear that sound again. Two, three, four little toes, one big toe. There's the top of the foot. See, now that's a foot that I'm pretty happy with. Front of the sandal, and I think they're just like pretty plain, like flip-flop style. Okay. I don't really love where this foot is. Let me just zoom out because I need to reposition that. Just because this is really awkward how like the front of these toes kind of almost touch the back of Zabuza's ankle. It's just like visually confusing. Okay. Where else could that go? I mean, he could be sort of like mid-stride. Like this foot is off the ground and I could put like a little shadow here. Do I need to change anything else to make that work? Definitely need to change this Haku face. Sometimes when you're just drawing, it's like, oh, are they touching toes? That's very sweet. Grand Pooch. Okay, I'm just trying to think, because if he doesn't have his foot down, it's definitely putting this figure off balance and pushing him forward, which is good if he's like trying to do that. So I think I might need to like turn this head like a little bit. And kind of make it more pointing out like this direction, because before he was kind of like staring us down. But let's try it out this way. You know what? I don't love it because like Zabuza's looking this way, Haku's looking this way. It's like too similar. There's like no drama to it. Makes sense that he would be looking. Let's have him look over this way. I'm just kind of exploring this. Hmm. Hmm. I feel just like Prince's mother. Prince's mother is never satisfied. Okay. I don't know. I feel like that isn't working either. I feel like I get into trouble like this sometimes. Like I did a stream of like Ashitaka, and I must have redrawn that face at least a dozen times. But I really care how this drawing turns out. So maybe after that, all of that work, we've come back to the original solution, and he's just kind of looking this way. Okay. You know, I think I am going to stick with this. Okay. So let's return to inking, which means zooming in. Pop. And let me see. Yeah, you know, I'm going to commit to this right now and just ink this in. Question from the chat from Gal. James, were you the person who hosted a Prince-themed New Year's party? I would love to go to a Prince-themed New Year's party. Or is that someone else? Well, I mean, in the last year of the previous century, I think everyone was in a Prince-themed New Year's party. I think people know what year that was. So as you can see, I was trying to say earlier, like I've got these kind of wiggly lines on Zabuza, and these are like really angular and pointy. I'm trying to use a different set of shapes or a different approach and just make these really like soft. You know, I think I am going to have Haku doing like a little side eye over here. Okay, so I think on the Porco Rosso stream, we had a whole deal with which side blazer jacket buttons are on. Which side of the robe goes in front? Looks like left over right? Okay. Where'd my pen go? Right here. So let's see, this is where the bottom of the sleeve comes around, and then his much more slender arm comes out this way. You know, it's almost like he's doing the same hand pose. Or it's exactly like he's doing the same hand pose. Oh, wait, did I? No, his sleeve ends here, I think. Here we go. Hmm. Uh, Gal says if the button or robe is ever on the wrong side, just say it took place on opposite day. Hmm. Good philosophy. Okay, and then the acupuncture needles here. Oof. Okay, let's see. And then he has this big kind of scarf wrapped around his midsection twice. And then these are just like stripes, like a pattern on the fabric. Okay, there's the mask. Draw these quilting lines coming down. Let's see. Kind of working my way down here, and then his scarf is kind of blowing over here. I'm going to use this stripe on here to show that there's like a little thickness. Like kind of curve that around the scarf and then bring it down like that. And then I'm going to draw these. Hopefully I can do these lines parallel but not touching like that first one. Just adding the fringe to the end of this. That's like, I feel like it's too even. These could each be blowing like a slightly different way. Let me just make these like a little more different from each other. Okay. I feel like something weird is happening with this hairline. Like, because where this comes down is not the center. Like, it would come down more like here. Yeah, that already looks a little better. Yeah, I feel like I'm picturing this as being kind of like a thick wool. So it would have, I don't know how thick that would be. So let's see. We're just working our way down here. So let me think. The robe comes in here and then tucks underneath, and then it comes back out and is sort of like blowing. So we're going to make some lines over here, wrap this back around. And so then this would also come out from here and then connect to that. This side of the robe is also in motion. You can see like the bottom of it right here. One thing about I'm still working my way through watching the Naruto anime show because I had read the manga first, and for like the longest time, because the manga is black and white, I kind of had no idea what color outfit anybody had. So I am learning a lot watching the show, or at least for this stream. So let's see. This knee comes down, and then, okay, the top of the foot is here. See if I can get this and not have to white it out once again. Now this comes down, and this is like the, I don't know, what would you call that? The space or like the notch before the big toe? There's the ball of the foot. Okay. And then the other four toes I'm going to kind of treat as one thing. Ooh, pen got away from me. That's better. That's better. I think I can live with that for now. Okay. We need to do Zabuza's other arm and the sword. Lots of like ice effects. Draw some mirrors in, and then I think we can start coloring. What's the time? We're at like an hour and a half. Doing pretty good. Let's see, I still need to connect this. Bring down these lines on the fabric. Ooh. I feel like lines like this are like really helpful for showing like the like curve of this shape. It's like when you get to the edge, the lines get closer together. When you get to the middle, they're further apart. So I'm just putting that there to show that that goes back. Okay. Man, what is up with this foot? I think I need to bring, the problem might not be the foot, the problem might be the ankle. Like if I get rid of that line, bring this out more and back in, this will make more sense. Okay. So I do need to do a little repair work. So I'm just picking up any like extra ink on here. And I'm also smudging this because it was not dry. Okay. So let's just move the outside edge of that line in. And get rid of some of this. Yeah, I've been saying correction fluid because it's not like whiteout brand whiteout. Okay, let's see. Let's see, and so I need to draw this hand, sword handle, and the sword going back. I feel like, yeah, let's do it. So let's see. His thumb is like holding the bottom of the handle, and then this is like the butt of the palm. I feel like this part would still be covered by that quilted fabric. I can just bring these lines down. All right, so I feel like it might be a good time to rule that in. Or let's just draw these fingers. Let's draw these. Kind of wrapping around where that handle is going to be. I can just make these fingers pretty like big and rectangular. And then I feel like the index finger is going to go out at like kind of a different angle. Okay. So now I'm going to get back out my... Which one do I want? I'm just going to use like technical pens to draw this sword handle. Let's see. Oop, I unscrewed the wrong part of that. I unscrew this part. Okay. Oh, that is totally not on camera. Let's move that up. Okay, and we can just like add these kind of curved lines that show how this goes back. Okay, and then it sort of rests on his shoulder like here. So I need to make a line going across for the base of the sword. I feel like that wouldn't... Let me see. If it goes to there, would we see it on the other side? It'd be kind of behind his hand, but I should mark where that would be. Same distance here to here. So there will be like a little sword like that. So now for the outline, the outside line of the sword, it needs to be parallel to the handle. So let me just keep this reference in front of me. It'll be easier if I do it this way, because then I can just like put this on top, and this is... It was once see-through. It's pretty dirty, but it's good enough that I can see through. And just keep this at the same angle as the handle. Then we'll just draw the outside edge of this, kind of getting it behind these ribbons. And just, I'll make a second line here, right? And so I'm just going to flip this over and draw the other edge, which we established would meet up there. So just line this up with this and bring the sword back. Good. Okay. Okay. This away. Let's see. I feel like the drawings on most of the figures are done, so what I need to do is let's move this camera back out so we can see the whole thing. I need to draw some of the like environment, some of these ice effects, the top of Zabuza's hair. Do that first. And I really haven't filled in any black areas, like I would do if this was going to be like a finished black and white piece. But I'm leaving these open to color in. So I'm going to run to a certain room in my house for a comfort break, and I'm just going to put on this like suite of away images. So I hope you guys will be here when I return, and you can look at this slideshow, and I'll be right back. All right, are people still around? All right, here we go. Let's put this slideshow away. I'm back. So the rest, I think I should be able to put in fairly quickly. Let's do some ice mirrors. Some of these graphite lines got erased, but I can kind of see where I had them. Let me just put these back in a little bit. Maybe there's like 2 tiers of them. So I'm just gonna like divide this into panels. And I feel like I should use pretty light lines on here. Since they're made of ice crystals, I feel like they wouldn't have like a heavy black outline. And I'm gonna try to put them in lightly and then mostly get it across with like, like light blue watercolor. So let's see, let's just start. I feel like this line's a little too wobbly. If anything, they should be like fairly sharp. One incredible thing that happened during the middle part of the day was that tomorrow's special guest artist, Sophia, and I went for a walk at Roger Williams Park, and the main lake there is still like partially frozen over. Like it's been well below freezing for a few days, and then today was in the 40s. And just the kind of patterns that were happening on the lake surface, it's hard to describe. But it was kind of incredible to witness. Let's see. Let's zoom this in a little bit. Maybe not all the way, but closer. If I'm feeling really up to it, I'll need to put like a little masked Haku in each of these mirrors, kind of rotated slightly differently. I want to try it. Because I think like part of what this stream does for me is helps me take kind of risks like that, and like keep from being too precious or like not wanting to mess up the drawing. But I think Yoski Droski made a clip of me on my last stream when I was just saying, guys, let's F this drawing up. And that's an approach that I'm trying to take my own advice on that. Okay. So we're moving ahead, undaunted by any of these drawing challenges. Okay, what happens here? So this is the line of the sword, right? So there we go. And let's see, down here, there's definitely like a lot of snow and ice. This is like some stylized cloud. Like mist creeping in. Kind of want some of this to be like wrapping around their legs. And like where this overlaps, I will use correction fluid on. But these lines are like, yes, for like in the world of Naruto, they're spell effects, but in the world of me drawing it, it's sort of to add kind of like, I don't know what to say, like visual interest. Like it's a way to be able to add more ink, add ways to direct the viewer around, kind of add patterns. I feel like I don't want these to look too much like lightning, but trying to get like the right shapes for these. I've got a few things going on, so let's see. I want to indicate that they are on a bridge, so I've lost a lot of the background that I had drawn in the first stage, so let me just reestablish where those are. Okay, so let me see. So they're standing here. Let's zoom all the way out for this, because it's a composition question. So the top of the bridge is like here, and then comes down like that. So the boards, they would like be close together up here, and I think they would be at like this angle. Kind of go. See, I don't want that line to be too parallel to this. Let me think about that. Which way? I've got like the bridge in my mind and I'm trying to like turn it. Would they? I think it would be more like this. It's definitely dangerous using this eraser when I've put down a lot of fresh ink, but we're moving ahead. Okay, here we go. So this goes here, here. Yeah. Okay, and since I don't really want to freehand these lines for the boards, it's time to get out my French curve. Or a cloud ruler, I think those can also be called. Okay, so let me get out my tech pen again. I think I just need to start adding like a lot of these lines for the wooden bridge. Okay. And then that goes behind them and then comes out here. I'm kind of just making a line, moving it down like a millimeter or two and then making a second line just to like show the gap between the boards. I might like add a little bit of wood texture onto this after I establish where all these are. Let's see, Matthew Da asks, do I have a preferred eraser? Not sure if it's the paper or eraser, but it ruins the ink for you more often than not. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like a combination of the paper, the ink, and the eraser. I personally have two erasers that I use. They're both these sort of like white plastic erasers. One's from Mars Stetler, and the other is from a company in Japan called Mono. The Mono one is like a lot softer, so I kind of like to use that when I'm reworking details. The Mars Stetler one is a lot more stiff, so I'll use that when I just want to like obliterate everything and just erase the whole page. It could also just be like when I ruin my drawing with the eraser, it's because I'm kind of too impatient and I haven't really let the ink fully dry. Because my graphite, you can see, is like pretty heavy. So a lot of the time, I don't even know what I've drawn until I've done the erasing. I feel like looking at this, that this was the right choice. Like I think these, the pattern of these boardwalk lines is kind of helping like activate the bottom of this composition, and it like makes a different pattern than like these mirrors. Yeah, no problem, Matthew. Questions are very welcome from the chat. That's kind of what I'm here for. Okay. You know what? These should be getting farther apart as I get closer. So let's just ignore that pencil line and make that wider. Put the last one down here. Okay. All right, we're getting close to the 2-hour mark, so I need to wrap up these inks and move on to color soon, which means I'm basically going to have to like speed draw these masked Hakus. And when I draw each one, like he's going to be facing straight out of each mirror, so it's going to be kind of a rotating cascade of them. So I'll really have to understand his shape to be able to do that. Let's see. Let's give my understanding a test. Okay. I'm not even going to pencil these. I'm just going to go in and ink them. Turtleneck, love it. Eyes, Village of the Mist insignia, curl on the mask. You know, I think this is going to be not too bad. Not too bad. Like a masked Haku is much easier to draw. So that's one down. How many do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 11, maybe a dozen Hakus. So I need to make these. I feel like Asuka about to fight the Evangelion series. Like I've got 2 minutes to draw these 12 Haku, so I can take however many seconds each. Okay, here we go. There's the robe, eyes. You know, once I get the hang of this, these will probably go pretty fast. Oh, I also hope it doesn't end the same. Oh, hey, Moss Ceramics, thanks for joining the stream. And I think it's not like if you had like a painting of Haku and turned it different ways, it would still be from the front, but it would be like shifted. I think you actually will see Haku from a slightly different angle because it's supposed to be like a virtual image behind a mirror. And I'm staying pretty loose with these because I don't want anyone to like focus on these for too long. Like the main focus is in the middle here. These are just gonna like add up to a pattern for the background. 2, 3, 4. Oh, and LRD is here. Hey, Lilrin Donkey. Okay. Two, three, four. Curl on the mask. Other curl. Oh, thank you, Lilrin Donkey. Okay. And it looks like we're past the 2-hour mark, so I do want to be already coloring by now. But I don't want the EVA series to win. Okay. Okay. Draw the belt. Draw the robe. I think we won't even see the face in this one. Sleeve comes down. Insulated part. God, am I being too loose with these? Well, you know, I feel like the light is going to do some refraction as it goes through an ice crystal. So if these lines are a little wobbly, it makes sense. Okay, let's see. We'll just see like the top of that bun, top of his head. That like, seems like I'm not sure what this thing is called, but it like goes through his hair. Forgot to add it there. All right. Am I ready to color? I need to add a little bridge line here. There was just like one missing in that pattern, and I didn't want it to like break the effect. Okay. And I think I just need to do like one more. I know I have 12,000 reinforced armor plates, plus the AT field. And is my mother here protecting me? I should give her a call later. Just let us each know that we're protecting each other. Out there on the stream, if you can, call your mother. She misses you. Okay. Let's put in some wood texture. I'm just going to do this very quickly. Just get like a little bit of grain on each of these. Oh, she is very cool. Not sure how to... Oh, I have a little photo album. Let me see if I can bring her out. So just like imagine that I'm floating in the bottom of the geofront. I feel like I have a particular one in mind. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Well, I can show you. I don't have a picture of just her, but here's like the Kuo family. Um, let's zoom this in. This was like around Christmas when my Agong and Ama came to visit the US. So my mother's here, and this is her older sister, and then her parents. And this is in like Orlando, Florida. So when that Eddie Huang sitcom, like Fresh Off the Boat, came out, I was like, oh my god, Taiwanese family, Orlando, sisters. It's like my life on the screen. Okay. Luckily, the similarities with me and Asuka end there. We both have mothers, and we've gone on different paths since then. Okay. Oh, yeah? So luckily, while I was doing that digression, I feel like all this ink had a chance to dry. So let me use my eraser to just wipe this out. See, like right now would be like a benevolent time to redeem Erase All, because it'll just like help me get rid of this graphite and move on to the coloring stage. But if you want to do it in a chaotic way, doing it right before the inking is the moment. Oh, and Quobot, always on point today, comes up with my Taiwan public service announcement. I just smeared some ink there. It's all right. I think that's most of it. I feel like I pushed down so hard with my graphite that sometimes it gets like embedded in this Bristol and never ever comes out. So I just need to chill. Okay. That's good. So, Ray welcome to my stream and thanks for following. I just have a little ink mess over here that I'm trying to pick up before the disaster spreads. Okay, that's good. All right, so we have a paper free from graphite. Is there anything else I needed to add? Probably need to clean this up, but I think I'm going to get in here and start coloring. So we're a little bit past the 2-hour mark, but we're going to start the color stage. Okay. Let me go back to here. So I do need to go to my webcam software and turn up my saturation, just so the colors look as vibrant on the stream as they do in person. Let's see. All right, so here's my palette. Got a couple of brushes here. Now, where on earth did I put my... Where did I put my brush water? Oh, it's right there. Okay. I just had to like locate these jars of water. And it looks like there's a first-time chat from... Oh, Ray Louie is here, and she is my sister-in-law. She's a very special and amazing person, and I'm glad to be family together. So if everyone would say hey to Ray Louie, it would mean a lot to me. Okay, so as I said earlier, I'm like a manga reader, and I need to figure out what color these guys are. So I'm gonna like on the sly call up a reference window. Haku Zabuza. Images. Let's just take a quick look together. What color are these guys? So Haku's robe is green. All right, I think I get it. Kind of an, I don't know, kind of an emeraldy color, not like this forest green that Rock Lee has there. Okay, great. We're in business. I feel like I do want to, I usually keep like a different brush, like one for cool colors and one for warm colors. And I want to, let's see. My brushes always disappear on me, right, when I'm trying to use them. I want to get some of the ice effect in here. So I'm going to do a little bit of like blue washing kind of around everywhere. So let me just like put some stuff in the sky. I feel like in the winter, the skies can kind of be incredible. Like when it's really, I'm not sure how to describe it. When the sky is just like sort of bright white. Like if there's just like a thin layer of clouds everywhere that's diffusing the sunlight, and it just sort of comes down evenly, but still pretty brightly. Okay. I'm sort of like I want to put all this like blue area in also, just because there's going to be this color like on all parts of the picture, and it's sort of a way to like just really getting into working on the image, because I've already like put pigment on every part here. Ooh, I do need to quickly white out or correction fluid some of these overlapping lines. Okay, so let me see. Like this mist goes in front of his legs, so I can clean that up. That 2. That 3. Okay. Oh, Yoski Droski has arrived. Do I have any manga recommendations? Let me think about that. Let me think. I mean, I really enjoyed. I just want to make sure that I say the right name for this author. But the manga is called Children of the Sea, and it's about these 2 tweens that grew up in the ocean, raised by dugongs, and then they meet a girl on land, and they I don't know if they have adventures, but like they kind of work out some kind of spooky stuff. I think there was just a brand new anime film of it. Let's see. Yeah, Children of the Sea. Manga. Let's bring back my window. So it sort of looks like this. Like it's not like I'm not too worried about spoiling anything with this because it's not very plot heavy. It's more about like vibing with like hundreds of undersea creatures. Like the kind of depth that he creates is like really incredible, and it's just with like hatching and tones, but like this underwater light where it comes through the rippling surface is just like mwah. Okay, turn this off. Where's my brush? Right here. So I'm just picking up a little bit of this kind of bluish color and a little bit of this blue-green, getting them like both on the brush. Kind of just putting that kind of color to like, kind of like, is keying the word that I mean? Just like making sure that this is part of every shape is going to have some like of this blue reflected light on it. Okay. So let me see. I do want to put in these sort of like emerald green Haku robes, since I do have to do a lot of that. So let's try to figure out a good green for that. I feel like, oh, this green is going to help us a lot. Like, this green was more like what we saw in the Konoha vest. But this green is more like emerald colored. So let's see how we do with that. Nice. Guys. You know, on screen that looks a little bit dull. I'm just going to pump up my saturation some more, because in person that color is brilliant. Maybe there's a limit to what can go over a webcam. But these are colors like you wouldn't believe. Okay. Oh, that's true. There might be some video compression. Oh, that color doesn't go there. Or does it? No, it goes here. But there's a little time before it dries when I can pick that back up. Oh yeah, P Hospital, thanks for chiming in with Manga Rex. If anyone else has a good series that they're reading, I would appreciate people chiming in. Got that one. Doing good. Okay. So I've put in some like icy color, a little bit of this robe. I want to get in like a little bit of the flesh tones. Oh, Young Be the Immortal? I don't know that one. Let's see. See if I can make a good like skin color for Zabuza here. And mostly I'm kind of like putting this down the middle of his arm. Because like underneath there's going to be like reflected light from the icy ground. And there's going to be like the white sort of milky light coming from above. So mostly I'm just coloring that down the center. Okay. I think I'm going to make Haku a little paler. So I'm not going to use the same skin color on him. I might even like add like a little more like red to Zabuza's just because he has such an amount of like violence on his mind. I'm going to do that with like a little red color and just like kind of like add some like red tones to his arm just to show kind of suggest that there's like blood pumping through. Okay. Oh, these fingers need color too. Okay. Let's see. I think if I remember from when we looked at the reference, these like insulated sleeves and turtleneck, they're sort of a like a tawny yellowish orangish color, not too intense, but we can definitely mix that. We've pretty much got it right over here. Let's see, and similar to the arm, I'm mostly putting this down the center of the same thing I did here, I'm doing here. And I'm also kind of doing that on each like ribbed section of the quilting. Like I'm leaving a lighter part on that edge and on that edge and on that edge. And kind of just like putting this down in the part that's sewn in. see. I think Haku's is the same, but I should make it like a little less intense because he's like a few steps back in the background. And that's like enough room for this like bluish mist to interfere with the color. So I'm going to mix a little bit of that greenish in, this sort of icy color, into the robe color. Okay. And what I should definitely do is like this kind of green sort of emerald color on Haku's robes is like so bright. There should definitely be some like reflected light bouncing off of Zabuza. So we need to get a few touches of this green onto this figure. So let me do that while I'm thinking of it. Oh, I need to get a little flesh tone on this shoulder too. Let's see. Okay. So I think I still have some of that color on this brush. So let me think. Which side of Zabuza is facing him? So like the bandages are white, so they would definitely reflect the color. Get a little bit on here. I think basically sort of any side of him that's semi-facing Haku is getting a little bit of this green light bouncing over. So that could also be like across the back here, because it would also be coming from these mirrored sources. Let's see. I totally neglected to do this part of the insulated layer. Let me get back my brush. Okay. Let's see. I could put in. Let's do Haku's like flesh tone. Yeah, Yoski Droski, I have not heard of Gokusen. Do you want to tell us like a little bit of a teaser of what that's about, to hopefully pique our interest? I would always love to find a new series to get into. Like it's one of the best things to like be reading a manga, or could be watching something or reading a book, but just like getting like really wrapped up in a series. So if you know of a really involving series, I would love to find out about that. Okay, and then a little bit on his hand here. I did just sort of, once again, put this color sort of down the middle and imply that there's like light coming in from both sides. Let's see. In the manga, this Zabuza's like body stocking, it's kind of filled in just flat black. But I think in the colored versions that I've seen, it's sort of like a brownish gray color, like a warm like 50% gray. So I'm going to pick up some of this Payne's gray that I have over here and kind of like work that together with this palette with this tray. Okay. Let's see how this does. I'm gonna start down here. That's good, but I think I need more pigment. That's just like way too watery. So I'm trying to color this in with like some sense of the anatomy under here. Like there's a suggestion of like where his stomach would be and like where like the folds in that would be pinching because of like bending his leg up at this waist. So yeah, let me like put this knee in. And then, yeah, kind of make these lines with some awareness of what's underneath. Okay. Let's color this hair in. Yeah, I'm using like this Payne's gray with like a little bit of brown mixed in. This is kind of like the darkest part that's on this painting. When I do this ribbon, I'll do Payne's gray but add like a little bit of a cooler color just to differentiate that from the hair color. And I can also put this in on Haku while I'm here. Okay. Actually, I need to fill in all these Hakus. But it's actually good that I'm doing these afterwards, because when the brush was like freshly loaded, I was doing the Haku closest to us. But as this brush runs out, it's like okay to do these ones in the background to help them recede a little bit. Let's see. Oh, and it looks like I still need to do the interior color on all the mirrored Hakus. Okay, so let me just wash this brush out. Let's see. I'm going to pick this back up. That's just like too much water. Oh, also, when I was doing their flesh tones, I totally forgot to do their feet. So let's put that next on the to-do list. Oh. Let's see. These toes could be like getting a little red from being exposed. There we go. Okay. See, I think the curl on this mask is sort of like a dark red, so I'll put that in. and then also on all of these guys in the back. Let's see. I'm just looking at what color I guess they're not like called lapels on robe, but these are like pretty, they're kind of like pale yellow. Let's see. And so is his, the scarf he has wrapped around. Or is that like that's a little more brownish. Let's see, I need to fill in this sword. So that's going to be kind of like a steel gray. Let me put this down for a second. I hope everyone has enjoyed the blazer, but it's going to come off right now just because I'm heating up. A sweater too. All right, gonna stop there. Let's see, so I need to fill this in. So now I'm just mixing like a sword color, so this kind of grayish blue. And I think I'm just thinking what a smart way to fill this in would be. So I don't think I want to fill it in all black because it is also metallic. So I need to like show some light shining off of it. So I think that I'm going to do like lines across here, but what direction would make the most sense? This way? I think this way. Yeah. I'm gonna like put this on in bands. And also I think these lines will help point inward with the composition of the picture. Whereas like if I had done them this way, I think they would have directed your eye like you just get into the picture and it would like throw you right out. But this way you might like look in and then it like sends you inward. That's my hope anyway. Okay. Oh, I still need to do this dark headband, and that's going to be like a darker gray and blue. So let me just add some of these together. Okay, I feel like sometimes there's like certain details that really like clinch the character, and like I feel like when I put this in, I was like, "There's Zabuza." Before it was like just some guy, but like once you get that in, to me, the character really came to life. It's like when you put the eye in, when you put like the last detail on the bird, like you add the eye, it like flies off the page, which we talked about at the start of the stream. Okay, let's see. Here we go. 38. Okay, let's see. So I need to put in some like, sort of like a lighter auburn kind of wood color. I don't want it to be like too saturated because it is in the background. So let me see. Like probably like a loose version of this. Maybe mix in like a little blue-gray with it to just bring that down a bit. I don't know, maybe like a little more orange with it? Let's try it. Oh yeah, Jared, I hope everyone who's here... Ooh, that is not the color I want. I hope everyone who's watching now, if you're enjoying the stream, will tune in tomorrow at 7 to see like artist extraordinaire Sophia Foster Dimino be sitting next to me. Like I'll be over here. This is going to be Sophia, and I think we're both gonna just jam on some Ranma characters. However the drawings come out, it's going to be like a hilarious time. Yeah, that's a little better. And I think like here I had done some wood grain with lines, but if I can kind of do that with this color too. Like I'm not going to cover all of every board. Like I'll leave little gaps in between to suggest the grain. Oh, I will make sure to give Sophia a circle orange. It was very funny when she first arrived at my place. There was a mesh bag of circle oranges on the kitchen stand, and she went directly for it. And I had to say, no, Sophia, wait. Don't take that one, because I had already set out one for her on the dining table. So let's see. So don't worry about the presence of circle oranges tomorrow. Okay. Don't want to spend too long on these floorboards. Okay. Let's see. I need to put in the dark part of these sandals. Yeah, that is my hope. I feel like that looks a little bit like a wood grain, or it's enough like it. Okay, so what did I just say? I was going to put the dark part of these sandals in. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I feel like these white bandages are like a perfect opportunity to show lots of these other colors interacting. I think we're getting towards the end of this picture. I need to put in, I think, the handle of the sword, which is what color? it's sort of, oh, okay, it's like a dark gray again. Um, Once again, achieving the side lighting by putting that line right down the middle. Oops. I feel like this is hand, so that needs like a little pink color on here. Let me see. I think I'm gonna add, yeah, like a little bit of like reflected blue onto these white bandages. I feel like this cerulean blue is like so gorgeous on its own. I'm just gonna like lace a little bit of it through these ice mirrors. Because when that like light blue wash was kind of the first thing I put down, and usually I don't want to put anything too intense down right away. But since we're getting towards the end, I can just like sort of enhance these a bit with like a more intense blue color to add a little bit of. I don't know if I'm trying to draw like ice crystals or like cracks or like veins, but just let's see. Let's see. Little kind of blue reflecting off the mask. And then I am just gonna like add some of that cerulean through some of this like icy mist. Okay, let's see. Oh, it looks like this was meant to be like ice, but I kind of put the wood texture through it. So I am going to get in here with some correction fluid and just like turn that back light. I'm actually even going to use this a little bit to draw just like flakes of snow through the whole picture. And I think if I like break up these lines a bit, it'll also help incorporate everything into the same space. It's sort of like adding like noise over the whole thing. Like I think it's going to help blend together the image. Okay. Yeah, I'm essentially using it to add snow to the scene. feel like it's a little bit like too even here. Like I was kind of making evenly spaced dots, so I do want to like at least cluster them up a little bit to make it seem more natural. Like it could be sort of like clumping up, like you know how you go out in the winter and like the snow will collect on you and you have to like brush it all off before you go inside. So it would be, we can have it sort of like collecting over the top of like his hair, like the top of the leg. I don't know, guys. I think we might be just about done with this. So I'm going to start looking for a stream to raid. And I think I know who it's going to be. It's going to be someone named Jason Art. Like, if you find my vocals to be soothing, wait until you hear Jason Art. Really incredible. So what's left for me to do is to thank everybody. And I want to remind everyone Saturday, Mononoke Akira double feature. Tomorrow, Sophia Foster Dimino visiting, so let's look at her portfolio. Sophia's going to be here. It's going to be great. So I just need to sign this guy. Oh, you know what? What color are Zabuza's eyes? Because I can't leave that out. Zabuza's eyes are what? Are they? I think they're just like black dots. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Boom. And so I'm going to sign it just right down here. And the challenge is, will I be able to write the current year, or will I write the year previous? Let's see. J A S Kuo 2020. Nailed it. Okay. So guys, I'm just going to move over to the chat screen. So here is how it turned out. And I just want to thank everyone in chat. Sparkle Sprout, Jared, Ralui, Lil Ring Donkey, thank you for being here. Fran Pooch, P Hospital, thank you for being here. Yoski Droski, if you're still around. Little Slimy Worm, nice to have you. I feel like that covers everyone in chat. So I'm going to hit that raid. Let's see. Hit in raid. Jason score arts. Enter.
Yeah, see, that's
and
good.
We're going in 2, 1. Thank you for being here. Bye bye. And raid now.
Yeah, because I think it's mostly because I'm a bit scared. Oh my god. Raiders, hi. There's so many of you. James Kuo draws. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Raiders.